Lean in close, guys, because we're gonna spill a little secret. You know us. We're all about sustainable, eco-friendly, responsible gear, right? We totally love brands like Patagonia and United by Blue and BioLite and those sorts of companies for, what they're doing to get super sustainable clothing and gear to the masses. But if we're totally honest, shiny new eco-friendly outdoor gear and clothing is like really expensive.
$418.
Not all of us can just waltz into REI and just start grabbing things off the shelves, am I right? And you know what? Buying from sustainable brands isn't even the most sustainable option. There's one thing that's better on all fronts. More sustainable and more cost effective. And we do it all the time. Ready? It's Goodwill. Okay. I know a lot of you saw that coming from like a mile away, but let us have our fun, okay? Of course, when we say Goodwill, we really mean buy used, but that is the hands down most sustainable way to stock your gear closet with outdoor clothing and gear without going broke in the process. Why? I'll tell you. Because even when a pair of hiking shoes or a backpack or pants or a button-up are made from recycled plastic bottles or remnant fabric or, I don't know, coconuts, the process of manufacturing new materials, even if they're made from old materials, uses tons of energy and pumps massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Now, we love brands like BioLite and Peak Design who make a point to offset 100% of their carbon footprint, which makes not only their products, but their operations carbon neutral, but it's still not as good as buying products that already exist. After all, if someone doesn't use their clothing or gear all the way until it literally starts falling apart on their person, which, let's be honest, most of us don't do, it's just gonna end up in a landfill where it will further contribute to harmful greenhouse gases. Also, the whole landfill real estate issue, if instead, when someone's ready to upgrade their gear, if they sell it instead of trash it, that item A, stays out of the landfill a little longer, B, requires one fewer new items to be made, and C, makes the owner a few bucks in the process. Maybe more than a few bucks. Plus, the new owner doesn't have to drop a couple $100s on a brand new tent. Win-win! So where do you find used gear? Well, Goodwill, for one. Or, any other thrift store in your area. Now, we haven't always found a lot in the way of quality camping gear like tents and backpacks, although we did just spot a Coleman camping tent the other day. But every once in a while, we'll find an old camping stove, camp chairs, life jackets, all kinds of outdoorsy things. And clothes, obviously. Definitely clothes. Obviously, what exactly you will find at your local thrift store will depend on where you are shopping. For example, if you go to Denver, Colorado, or Anchorage, Alaska, Bozeman, Montana, you're probably gonna find a lot more outdoorsy clothing and gear than you would if you were shopping in Orlando or, any place that doesn't have a strong outdoorsy community. As for clothes, we've gotten all sorts of stuff at Goodwill. I got this synthetic hiking shirt. For one, it was probably like $3. And this one, this nice polyester button-up, which was probably $6. We've gotten pots and pans, which we use in our camp kitchen. I think we paid like $3 for the set. I got leggings, which I use as a base layer. I found Adidas Terrex hiking boots in mint condition, and flannel shirts and exercise tank tops and rain jackets. Goodwill is a friggin' gold mine. As for equipment and more high-tech gear, if you're lucky enough to have a used gear store near you, start there. For buying or selling used gear. Let me tell you, I am so freaking jealous of all of the dope used gear stores out there. Why doesn't Austin have one? Hey, anybody out there want to open a used gear store in Austin? Please? The closest thing we have is the semi-annual REI garage sales. Which does bring me to my next suggestion. Definitely shop the REI garage sales. They're like freaking Black Friday for outdoorsy people. No joke. But multiple times a year, I go to every one I possibly can. You do have to have an REI membership to buy anything, but it's only $20 for a lifetime membership, and you'll probably make it back with one purchase. I'll put the link to sign up in the description below. But for example, my first garage sale, I got our Big Agnes Tiger Wall for $200 less than it was brand new. And just because I had a teeny tiny little tear in the floor that we patched in like 30 seconds, and it's now good as new. You'll find a wide variety of used gear and clothing that ranges from like new to rode hard and put away wet. But either way, you're gonna find a lot of really killer deals, so definitely check it out. Next, scope out used pages on your favorite retailer sites. REI has a used gear page, and if you don't see what you're looking for there, head to Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, even eBay. I got my Osprey Atmos, a $240 bag, for $100 on eBay, and it still had the tags on it. We've gotten sweet deals on tents, clothing, hiking shoes. I got my beloved Ultra Lone Peaks at a used gear shop in Jackson Hole. I will say one thing. If there's something you don't want to buy used, it's climbing gear. Mostly harnesses, especially if you're not experienced enough to know what to look for when it comes to safety issues. But generally, anything that's meant to literally save your life, you know, like a harness that's meant to hold you on a 400-foot rock face, go ahead and buy it new. And one more option, don't buy anything at all. If you're new to an outdoor sport like backpacking or climbing or skiing, or even just camping, or you simply don't have the storage space to put a bunch of gear, rent it. Generally speaking, it's pretty eco-friendly to rent gear instead of buy, and you can usually rent everything you'll need at a local gear shop or REI or even online from places like Arrive Outdoors. It's a totally valid option, especially if you're just getting started. We'll put links to all the sites and places we mentioned in the description below, so you can find your next piece of used gear faster, because we want everyone to be able to get outside, but you know, without destroying outside in the process. So gear up guilt-free and display that Goodwill hiking shirt proudly. And you know, save yourself a couple $100 in the process. Because who doesn't love to save money? That about wraps it. Thanks for watching. But before you go, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our other dope videos. And head over to terradrift.com for even more sustainable travel and adventure content. Also, we'd love for you to follow us on all of our social channels. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @Terradrift. Drop a note and say hello. And share with us in the comments below your favorite piece of gear that you bought used. We love a good Goodwill story. Thanks for watching, and wander on.